Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Balls and All. I'm Debbie, and I've got Justin and James with me. Now, tonight we're at Channel 31, and we're actually celebrating their birthday. And what we're asking for is for you to become a friend of Channel 31.
Yes, we are, Debbie, and if you watch during this week on Tuesday and on Thursday, all the gang here from the Balls and All crew, we're doing a 1 hour live show, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday, so make sure you take a look at that.
And there's heaps of special guests as
That's
well.
right, we're going to have heaps of guests in, and just make sure you do become a friend of 31, because that's what keeps shows like us on air.
Yep.
That's right, James. But first of all, we got to get the balls,
Balls and all rolling.
And we're going to cross to Action Man, who's trying to drive this big ship, which actually just came over from America.
Oh, right.
Aircraft carrier, just something a bit small, nice little tub. So anyway, we'll catch up with what he's doing.
Now, I see a lot of dials and knobs and switches. What do some of these things do?
You sure do. You're looking at one of the most modern helms control equipments that we've got in the Navy, particularly on a Nimitz-class carrier. Believe it or not, this wheel controls this large ship. It's very small compared to the 330 meters we have on the flight deck. The rudders here are controlled from this wheel electronically. They will actually then be converted to mechanical motions back aft in the steering gear rooms. Each of our rudders are about 3 of you, if you look at it from that way. So maybe about a half a moose, but that's another story altogether. That was too easy, I'm sorry. What happens is you go then to controlling via gyro compasses, where you will steer the ships in regards to a compass of heading, if you will, of true north and things of that nature. And that's how we will gear ourselves and drive the ship wherever we're at in the world. We've also got things such as backup steering units. We've even got automatic pilot on board here. But believe it or not, we rarely use the automatic pilot. As good as it is, we're going to trust that 19, 18-year-old sailor that is on here driving this ship on a regular basis. Other things that we've got here are engine controls that will actually be sending signals down to the engineering department to tell them what speed we want the ships to go and everything like that. All in this contained area so that, in fact, you can drive the ship as a single composite unit, reporting directly to the captain and the officer of the deck, making sure you're operating safely anywhere around the world anytime.
Well, back to you.
Thanks, Action Man, for that. Now, we'll be crossing back a bit later just to see what's happening on the ship. Now, we're going into Channel 31 now, and we're going to go in and speak to a couple of people. Naughty door person. Let's go over here. This is Rhonda. I'm a bit quicker than the camera. Hello, Rhonda.
How you going?
Good. This is Rhonda Guilfoyle. Now, what do you actually do here?
I'm the Administration and Volunteers Manager.
Right, and you've been working here for quite a while now?
I have. I've been here since before we went to air. We went to air on the 18th of June, as everyone knows, and I started here about 2 weeks before that.
Right, okay. Now, there's a special event coming up for Channel 31. Do you want to tell us about that?
It certainly is. Now, it's our birthday, June 18, so it's a huge celebration. We're very excited. And we're also having our membership drive to coincide with that. And membership plays a really important part of fundraising for the station. We don't receive government funding, so membership is really, really important to us. And anyone can become a member, support your local community TV station. It's the only one you've got.
Great, so you're sort of in charge of that. People can talk to you about becoming a friend.
Yes,
Is that right?
definitely. Yep, I look after all that as well.
Yeah, and we've got Balls and All are doing a special show, a live show, and we're going to be helping you trying to get some new members for Channel 31.
Great.
Now, I tell you what, we've got a story with the spoons. Now, what do you think when we say spoons? What do you reckon spoons are?
Things that you eat your dessert with?
Well, yeah, but we've never got an explanation of where this came from.
Okay.
But the spoons are a regular group of guys that are on our show, really into their four-wheel driving. Now, we've got a bit more footage and an interview that Justin did, so let's go check out what they've been up to lately.
Alright, how you going? It's Justin here from Balls and All. Today we're at the back of Collie, having a look around, doing a bit of forward driving. Got the spoons along today, brought a few other people, brought my cousin along, walking past me in the background here. And anyway, we're out here just for a good day. We're only out here for the day, so we're going to have a look around, do a bit of forward driving. Mike's down the bottom of the hill right now getting winched up as usual. I'm sure you've all seen it before. But anyway, stay tuned, have a look. All right, with me now is Ian. Ian, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate.
What are you doing down here today?
Nah, just getting out with the boys.
Having a look around?
Yeah.
Enjoying yourself?
Getting away from the rat race. Coming out to the countryside. Yeah, having a look around.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Hey, Collie's not a bad little spot out the back of here, is it?
Nah, it's good. It's good.
So what's on for the rest of the day?
Oh, just go and have a look around.
And see what happens.
Yeah,
eh?
a bit of four-wheel driving.
Yeah, how's your four-wheel drive going?
Good. Yeah, actually, today's the hardest the hardest I've ever put it through. Yeah.
That's good.
Following you blokes Audi.
Oh, that's right. It's only half the day so far, so the other half should be quite the Nappy Sam challenge then, eh?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, we'll get out there and see what it can do.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Ian.
No worries, mate.
You tell them they go on the passenger seat, just put your hand out and hold it up, will you?
That's the one. I love it. Yeah, I'll climb Red Hill. Oh no, here she comes. There she goes. Look at the quarter panel. Oh shit. Go back. That's the way.
Oh, he's resting on that tree, is he?
I love it, mate. I wish I had an old car like this.
Where's he going?
He's got a point to prove now, eh? Yeah. There's going to be shit hanging off this car everywhere. What time is finished?
Anything else is going to give away the clutch. That'll take a lot out of your clutch.
See, it's deceptive. It looks like he's getting stuck on nothing, but the hill is actually so steep that when you hit a decent hole, it's gravity comes into play.
All right, with me now is Mike, and Mike's stuck at the bottom of the hill for a change. And what's happened, Mike?
Oh yeah, I think I broke a CV joint. Pretty confident that's what it is.
How long is it going to take to fix this one?
I don't know, I'd say probably about another half hour or so. Pull it out, have a look, see what's happening, put it back together without it and hopefully drive up the hill.
Have you still got steering, or is steering a bit of a worry at the moment?
It's a big worry at the moment because it doesn't bloody work. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now, is just fix the steering situation.
So once we pull this hub out, or whatever it is you're doing, you reckon we'll be able to get up this hill, or are you going to have to winch yourself back up again?
No, I should be able to drive up it. Yeah, it's not too severe from here by the look of it. So
Going to do a couple of water challenges further up, or see what happens?
See what happens, because once I'm out of here I'll only be able to drive in two anyway, otherwise it's going to pull really badly to the left. So yeah, I'll give it a shot.
All right, good on you. Cheers. Thanks to the Spoons for that story. We're actually down at Collie for that one. Been there before, fantastic place. But we're still in Channel 31. I'm going to go talk to Jay Still. She's actually the program organiser for the Channel 31. Jay, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
What do you actually do here?
What do I do here? As program manager, I look after all the new programs that come into the station, and I set the schedule and put the programs into the program guides.
So if a person like Moose came along with the idea of a balls and all show, you'd be the person to talk to?
Yes, I would be. I'm guilty, I'm sorry.
What's the phone number they'd call if they were interested in getting in touch with you with an idea?
For programming, you'd be calling 9370 6398. That's my direct line, unfortunately.
That's good. What upcoming events have you got going on here?
Well, obviously we've got our first birthday coming up on the 18th of June, which we're all very excited about. We've got some live events happening here at the station, which you guys are involved with as well. And we've also got some off-air events for people that'd like to come along and celebrate with us. We have it says she's thinking rapidly. We have a film night on Wednesday, the 22nd of June. An exclusive showing of Filth and the Fury, story on the Sex Pistols, which RTR and Luna are helping us support with that. We have a jazz night at the Jazz Cellar, which is Friday the 23rd of June. And most importantly of all, we've got our thank you birthday drinks at the Universal Bar. most important, which is Thursday night, the 22nd of June, from 7 o'clock. So please, everyone, come down and say hi and help us celebrate.
Plus, we also have our 2 specials this week.
We certainly do. We do have 2 specials, your 2 specials. Every other day of the week as well, we'll be doing live events for the entire week of the birthday. So from June 18th through to June 25th, tune in and you'll see everybody making fools of themselves and really begging you to become members.
Oh, making fools of ourselves is what we all do best here.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
That's right. Thank you, Jay, for your time. And we're actually going to have to go to a break now. But we'll be back talking to a few more people in Channel 31 and cross to the ship. So see you soon.
My name is James, and this is Balls and All, if you've been watching. We're going to talk to a couple of other people in the Channel 31. It's a large place, as you can see. And we're going into one of the other rooms, and we're going to speak to Francine. How you going, Francine?
Oh, James. Gosh, what a surprise.
Now, Francine, what do you do for 31 and CTV?
I work in programming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm partly responsible for all of the stuff that you see come out.
Okay.
Yep.
And what do you mean by, do you, the shows or the programming slots?
No, I don't actually make any of the shows, but I talk to people, makers like Balls and All and other shows, and help to organise and made possible by, really.
Yeah.
Find the slot, find partners, help tie up some of the threads.
Yeah. And what is CTV basically all about?
Well, we started 7 years ago when the government gave us the opportunity to try and do community on television, and we thought, this is good because so far we've only got public and commercial media, so we thought, this is basically the cherries in your pie, if you like. So, we've been working hard, and we're a partner in the consortium, and we're about all the underrepresented groups and people who just want to have a go and start.
Yeah. Now, do we have any new shows coming up that you might like to tell us about?
Oh, look, you've got to look forward to Wax Lyrical Series 2. It's going to be sensational. They're taping at the Babylon Hotel on Monday nights at the moment, and they have really, in Series 2, lifted their game. You will be absolutely thrilled and delighted. I saw the rough cuts of it, and it's superb. It's a win. Thrilled.
Okay, thanks a lot for your time, Francine.
Yeah, no worries, James.
And we're going to speak to Trevor now, who doesn't expect it. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks. Pretty good.
Okay, would you like to tell us a bit about your job here?
Oh, I look after all the technical operations and make sure all the editors are happy and do the internal editing.
And how long have you been working here?
About 3 months now.
Yeah.
Not long.
Yeah.
Not too long, you know.
And have you found it pretty good so far?
Yeah, so far. There's a lot of committed people, a lot of people with some really good ideas. So I'm just here to make sure they're all technically happy.
Okay, thanks a lot for your time, Trevor. We're going to send to a story now on Jack Russell racing,
Hi,
so
everyone,
check
up
it
here
out.
at the Guildford Polo Ground, and something a little bit unusual. We're looking at Jack Russell racing, and it's quite a family atmosphere. Beautiful day, as you can see, and they've got all the obstacles around the place. You can see they're having a bit of a sausage sizzle in the background. The ladies there are all working hard, having a bit of a cook up for the guys and girls, and we're about to have a chat with Mr. Lynn Skilling, and we'll just have a chat with Lynn. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Not too bad. Pleased to meet you.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
Well, this is a family day for the family to enjoy their Jack Russell and themselves, to come out and have a day of relaxation with the children and give the dogs an exercise and try to keep the dogs working the way they were bred. They were bred for hunting, so we try to stimulate the hunting instincts which are inbred in them, and to improve these and keep them going. We hold a monthly, every 2 months we hold one of these fun days, and it's open to club members. The membership is paid annually. We don't have full pedigreed dogs. We like to see full pedigreed, but if they are not pedigreed, we don't mind. So long as they are part Jack Russell or small enough to fit with the Jack Russell. And as you can see,
the emphasis is really on family atmosphere and fun, and
that's it,
and all that, and a bit of enjoyment with their poochie.
Yep, it's definitely fun. That's all it is. There's no politics. It's just fun. Brian is also There were about 5 or 6 of us got together.
Hey, Brian. Brian, how are
is
you?
Also
Brian's actually the man who contacted us. How are you, Brian?
How are you?
Now, you having a good day here today?
Yeah, it's nice, don't it? Nice weather, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we have a good day, yeah.
Now, how's your dog performing?
Oh, reasonable, yeah. The male is, the female never does as you say, but that's typical females, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we won't say anything at all about that.
Let it that.
We'll lose all our women there. Sorry about that, ladies. But
No, my male, he performs well, but the female doesn't perform that well. But my male performs well, yeah.
now, I've just seen you running your dogs through the corrugated, what's that, plastic type of stuff,
fiberglass, yeah.
and you set it up obviously as tunnels.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. We run the dogs through the tunnels, and that gives them practice at going to ground, because a Jack Russell is supposed to be able to go to ground.
Yeah.
So this sort of gives them the idea to go into holes and go to ground like they're supposed to do, yeah.
What other kind of things have the Jack Russells been used for in the past?
Well, they were bred by the Parson Jack Russell in England. They were bred.
Is that where the name came from?
That's right. His name was John Russell. He was a member of the cloth. He was a minister of the religion.
Okay.
And he developed a dog out of using many breeds, and developed what was now called a Jack Russell. He was known Jack instead of John, he was known as Jack.
Yeah.
And he was a hunting parson. He spent more time hunting the foxes, chasing the foxes in England, than he did actually ministering to his population. But everyone reckoned he was a great man, and he bred them to help when the fox goes down in the den or goes to ground. Then the Jack Russell used to go down and chase him out so the foxes could chase him again, you see.
Yeah.
And that's was the prime purpose of developing the Jack Russell.
Now, with the obstacles they go through, we mentioned the tunnels, but behind us we see like a bit of a slalom and a bridge. Yeah, we'll take some footage of that.
We'll get a dog to do some of that. Tony, how about you running your dog through the obstacle?
All right, just before you do that, we'll just get the phone number if someone wants to give you a call.
If you want to join, you join. Well, there's a little pup, for example, ready for sale.
Again, a little fella.
That's about 6 to 8 weeks old, and he's ready for sale. Anyone who wants to join the club, if they ring 9-574-6321, that's my number, or
9-277-2489. Ask for Norma or Brian.
Okay.
And we can pass on some information as well.
All right, just talking about this little fella here, you said, now for sale. We don't know his name yet. What kind of money would it say this is a little poochie like this guy?
$450. Yeah. $450 would be about the going price for a pup pedigreed.
Do they have many kind of ailments that people have to look out for?
One of the best things I know about Jack Russells is they're free of the usual hip dysplasias, cankers, and all those other diseases that dogs get. They don't have any of those. They do more damage from jumping through fences and going down holes and things like that to themselves than they
biting the postman and stuff like that.
No, they don't touch. They lick you to death, really.
Yeah.
They frighten you more than anything else. They lick you to death.
Okay, well, thanks very much, guys, for that. We'll just have a look at what's going on. Who's going to be putting the dogs through here?
Tony? Tony, your dog's name was Jenna. Jenna will go through some of the obstacles.
Hi, Tony, how are you? Just come over here.
Come over.
How you going, Tony?
Tony.
Now, a little bit about Jenna.
Jenna's she's nearly 4 years old. We actually picked her up out the paper. Some lady bought her, but she couldn't look after her too much because she had to go back to work. So we bought her for about $170, and we've had her ever since. We brought her here. She's learnt this course and everything sort of virtually in a couple of months of just coming here, just a couple of times. She actually runs at the Greyhounds and the races there.
Yeah, I see that.
So she does does everything. And she's a house dog. She comes in, just about gets in our bed and everything.
Well, that was a great story with the Jack Russells, with cute little puppies, look like a heap of fun. Now let's go and meet Steve. Of course, we're still at Channel 31. Knock, knock. Hello, Steve.
Hello.
How you going?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank
Good.
you. Now, what do you do here?
Clean the floors, sweep up, tidy up,
And does that have some sort of special name to go with it?
I'm the presentation and operations manager. I look after the technical and on-air side of the station.
Right, and also Balls and All would like to thank you for all the help you've given us with our few technical problems.
My pleasure. It's been fantastic, and I hope the program continues to grow and everybody talks about it like they are at the moment. It's fantastic. Well done, guys.
Yeah, and how is the success of Channel 31 going at the moment anyway?
It's going really well. It's grown and developed, and it's just getting busier and busier, and there's a lot more programs coming on board. And no, it's just going extremely well. I think it's outweighed our expectations a little, so it's going extremely well. We're having a good time with everything too. So it's been good fun.
Fantastic, and a birthday coming up too.
Yeah, huge birthday, so I hope everybody jumps on board and celebrates with us. Don't forget to become a member of 31, because that's going to continue to make sure that this station continues to grow here in Perth, so it should be excellent.
Fantastic. Now, I'll tell you what, we've actually got to go to a break now, so we'll be back straight after that.
And as you can see, we've been here at 31 all day, and we've been pushing the idea, because it's the birthday week, they're having the Become a Friend of 31. Make sure you call the number and you do donate, because what you'll be doing is you'll be keeping shows like us on TV, which is good.
Do you reckon they want that?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. But anyway, tomorrow and Thursday, isn't it?
That's our
A couple of big shows.
Live shows.
And Jimmy, guess what, mate? We've got a bunch of tickets for the Supercross coming up on the 1st of July. Yeah. We've got Krusty Demons, we've got Australia's Best, we've got the Globe of Death, we've got BMX displays, we've got everything.
It's going to be huge.
It is huge, mate. So if you're interested, post it to the number on the bottom of the screen now, and just send your name and address. But for other people, if you watch tomorrow's show and Thursday's show, we're also giving some away then.
Yeah, so make sure...
tune in for that.
Yeah, if you make sure you ring in. If you become a friend of 31, you say that you want the pass, you have a good chance of getting one. Now, Debbie, would you like to take over?
Oh, yes, I will. Before we go wandering through the halls of Channel 31 again, we're going to cross back to the American aircraft carrier and check out what Moose and Action Man are getting up to.
Hey everyone, well here we are at my favourite place of anywhere, as you can tell, just waiting on the breakfast to arrive, and just chatting with a few of the guys here in the galley or the mess. What do you call this one?
This is the galley.
This is the galley. What's your name?
I'm Aaron Pastoric.
And tell us, what did you just have for breakfast here?
I had some soup from Japan, I think it is.
Okay. Have you been out in Perth yet?
Yes, I have, sir.
And what do you think?
It's a very nice place. People are real friendly out here and try to help you a lot.
Right, you understand the accent and everything, okay?
Yes, and I'm sure we got one too.
Sure. Well, thanks a lot. Have a good time while you're here. We got a tattoo with a couple guys here. This one's obviously from New York. Is that right?
That's right. New York.
And let's see, is it the Giants, the Bills? Who is it?
The Giants and the Jets.
Giants and Jets, all right. And what's your name?
Will.
Will, and you been on board out in Perth yet?
Yes.
What do you think?
Nice.
Good
People
crowd.
are real friendly. They're almost too nice.
Yeah, we'll see. We're really, really angry people, but when you guys come, we'll pretend to be nice. That's what it is.
Nah, y'all is nice automatically.
That's a great place. And your name?
I'm Jackson, Sergeant Jackson.
Jackson, where are you from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan, where all the cars are made, Chevy and Fords and all that. And have been out on the town?
Yeah, we've been out last night. Went to did a little walking around downtown area. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Now, what do you do on board here?
I'm assistant chief cook in the galley.
Oh, my buddy. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. And what do you do on board here?
I just mess crank. I serve food, but basically I just like fix stuff from AST.
What's that? Is there going to be... no, this is where the cake comes out and the girl jumps out. Is that it?
Nah, not today.
All right, Action Man, you got some guys over there?
Howdy. So who are you two?
My name's Matthew Luptak.
And what do you do here?
I'm mess cranking right now, but I work in the hangar bay and work on chalking and chaining airplanes.
And what's your name?
ABA chain wire.
And what do you do here?
Same thing he does, but on the flight deck.
So where did you guys go when you were in Perth?
Well, I experienced some very nice Australian pubs, and I got to experience their food and some steaks.
And
went to the zoo.
And some of the women?
Oh, they're very nice. They're very respectable, and they're very nice. They're very nice here to us. They're very hospitable.
So what did you think of Perth when you were here?
I didn't really go out. I've been on board doing tours and working, so I didn't really get a chance to get off the boat. No.
Well, back to you guys.
Yeah, now what we're going to do is send you to another story, something that I do very regularly. You can tell by the physique. Back when me and Arnie used to train, do a bit of Olympic weightlifting. And this is part 2 to the story you seen last week. So don't forget the phone number there. If you want to get involved with the Olympic weightlifting, make sure you give them a call and go down and have a bit of a go. Just have to have a break now after that. Where's this coffee? Where's this damn coffee? Come on. You just heard us talk to Kevin Coombs about his coach, John Patterson. I've got him with me now. Hi, John.
How you going there?
Good. Now, tell us a bit about your career in weightlifting.
My career started when I was 17 years of age. I took up weightlifting to strengthen myself for playing rugby. This was back in New Zealand.
I was about to say, you must be a Kiwi.
Yes, yeah, rugby union. And then I happened to meet a chap at a place called Tauranga called Bob Russell, who was exceptionally strong man, and he showed me how to do all the strength things like the deadlift and the squat and what have you.
Right, now where is that taking you? Because you, Kevin was mentioning you've got a few trophies and awards there.
Oh yes. At the top of the scale, I've been the world champion in the all-round weightlifting in both the Masters and the Open.
Fantastic.
And in Olympic lifting, I've been a world champion in 1995 in the Masters.
Fantastic.
And in the powerlifting, I've been an Australian Masters champion about 10 times.
Fantastic. What a great effort, for sure. Now, you say that got you involved for strength training for rugby and all that, and you're now coaching people, and Kevin was also mentioning that age is virtually no barrier. What do you aspire to from here? Because obviously you don't just say, oh, well, you know, I've got grey hair and so I'm finished now. Where do you keep going from here?
Well, I do it for enjoyment, and weightlifting and strength training is a lifetime thing for me. I look at these old chaps like Ron Tompkins and people like that getting on towards 80 years of age, still lifting weights, and it's a great inspiration, and I just want to be like them. Medals don't mean anything, championships don't mean anything. It's the joy of lifting and the well-being that you get from it.
Fantastic. Now, Kevin, how's he coming along?
Oh, Kevin's coming along really well. He's won a world championship in the Open. He's got a little bit of way to go to beat me yet, but he might do that today.
Yeah, not this time, buddy.
Yeah, but and the sport is gradually growing in recognition compared with powerlifting and weightlifting. Right. And I still do weightlifting and with the all-round lifting too.
So someone out there says, oh, I wouldn't mind having a go. What's the best way they could go about it?
Well, all weightlifting comes down to what is called progressive resistance exercise.
Right.
So,
do you want to just explain that?
Okay, it means that if you were to lift up a calf on your shoulders and you kept on lifting up the calf like Milo did, you would lift it eventually when it became a heifer or a young bull. So that's what it is. It's a gradually loading up of the resistance. And the second thing in weightlifting is not so much the strongest or the most intelligent lifter will always win a contest or get somewhere. It's adaptability. It's adaptable to change. So the idea is that when you start training, you start with light weights like a broomstick or something, learn the form and so forth, and add weight gradually over the years, and your body will compensate to take that weight.
Fantastic. Now this is for women as well. It's not just guys only.
Yes, it's for women. There's no different in a women's structure as far as muscularity goes than the males, and some women get very strong in weightlifting. And a lot of the hockey players, women hockey players, the Australian team, which they do a lot of strength training.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so someone wants to get involved, obviously they can give, we'll put the number on the bottom of the screen, they can give a call and come down and have a bit of a go?
Yes, that'd be good, and also if they're interested, I do strength training coaching. I'll do it for clubs or workshops or just to get people started.
Excellent. Where do you do that at?
It varies what club they might be in. They might be in a football club, or they may be...
So like a gridiron team, you might want to come down and get them fit?
Yes, I could give a gridiron team a good workout. I'd use a big 3 on them. That's what they call the power clean, the bench press and the squat.
Okay, not a 3-inch nail or anything?
No, nothing like that.
Well, thanks very much, John. Nice talking to you, and all the best.
Okay, all the best to you.
Yeah, it's pretty good down there with the Olympic weightlifting, as I said earlier. Don't forget, if you want to go down and have a go, that's at the Cloverdale Sportsman Club, and not far from the big shopping center down there. Now, Dave, where are we at now?
Well, we're in what we call one of our most hallowed of halls. This is the John C. Stennis room. John C. Stennis was a senator from Mississippi, and that's our namesake on here. He served 41 years in that capacity, from our Harry Truman administration in the mid-40s and late 40s to the Ronald Reagan era in the late 80s. He was really known as a man of integrity, of courage, a man who supported the United States military. And upon his retirement from the Senate in the late 80s, President Ronald Reagan signed an executive order making this ship his namesake, his legacy, if you will. So we're very proud of having him, a man of honor and courage and integrity, as part of our namesake. Matter of fact, a lot of things that you see here in the room are thanks to his family and friends, and are resembling things that he may have had in his office, or are true artifacts of things that he actually had.
Now, you say he was a man of the modern military we know today?
He understood very early on when he entered the Senate that in order to be a force of peace and stability, you needed to keep your military forces modern. And so he was the one who championed causes to make sure we had things like a super aircraft carrier, which we have today, things of that size, of that magnitude, of that flexibility and power. But he also understood the fact that it was the people, those 19-and-a-half-year-olds that we have up on the flight deck, to do such a tremendous job. So he was really a man of great vision and great courage, and we're very proud to have him as our namesake.
Now, when you guys are in port, like you're going on to Hobart from here, do you intermingle a lot with the local, like the Navy base, of course, just about a kilometre or so away here, Stirling? Do you guys actually do things where you get together with them and do any things different with them?
Oh, absolutely. It's part of our sea service. Not only do we want to form relationships with the community at large, but we also want to form relationships with our service counterparts. We had the CEO of Stirling, Commander DiPietro, on board here the day before we came underway, show him what it was like being on a carrier and build a relationship with them. It's very important for us, for where we go, that we try to not only learn about the culture, but build friendships. And so hopefully we've done that while we're here, not only with the military, but with the community at large as well.
Excellent.
Now, I've been having a look through this room, and it's quite interesting, and I'm wondering what significance this monogamy is.
In the United States Senate, you will find that senators, once they retire, will be able to take their chair with them to put back in their homes when they rest, and it's part of their tribute and their legacy. That is the actual chair Senator Stennis had in office. Thanks to his family and friends, it's on loan to us, and it's kind of a tribute there. This little makeup here is to resemble the chair that he sat in the Senate chambers in Washington, D.C. at our Capitol building, and so we're lucky enough to have it. The rest of this is replica, as you can well see, but that chair is actual, so it's very important.
So this is where he had to do his homework, is that right?
That's where he had to do his homework. Started adding the simple maths and all that other things, and oh yeah. And I trust you, he was a much more intelligent man than I am, so please don't ask me any math questions while we're here.
Now, because over here we'd like to throw a few chairs at some of our politicians.
Yeah.
Especially, he kind of looks a little bit like John Howard, don't you think?
You notice those murals and things of that nature are of him in his office with his family and friends and things like that. So we take those very much to heart. Senator Stennis was a great man, and we're proud to be named after him.
Yeah, fantastic. And as you say, hallowed room here, and we really appreciate that. Well, you're seeing some overlay while we're talking about this, and in the background there you can actually see the other desks that were all set up there.
That's true, and that is just part of the setup there to kind of make this look more realistic and give you people a taste of what the senator was like, not only as a politician, but as a man, as a person of integrity and courage. And so all of this makes up. We're very, very proud to have him as our namesake.
Excellent. Okay, well, we're going to be wandering around on the ship a little bit more, and we'll be back after these messages. Yeah, hi everyone, welcome back, and well, we've made it to the bridge right here, and We're just trying to find the keys. We're going to take this out for a bit of a spin, go out right on, do some fishing on the other side. Actually, man, who are you chatting with here?
QM3 Donato from New Jersey.
And what's your job on the ship?
I'm a quartermaster. Basically, my whole job entails keeping the John C. Stennis out of trouble, keeping away from hazards to navigation, make sure we don't run aground or hit anything. And I also drive the ship during special evolutions.
And you are?
QMSA Southern from Hollywood, California.
And what's your job here?
I do the same thing that he does, except I'm new, so I'm in training, so he's training me to do this.
So how long have you been on the ship for?
It's going to be about 2 years.
Enjoy it?
Yeah, some good, some bad, but mostly good. Navy's a great opportunity to see a lot of places, make some money, get some money for college, and stand up for what you believe in, basically.
Is that pretty much your plan, to make some money and do go to college and whatever?
Yes, make some money, go to college.
Now, you mentioned that he's training you here because you guys actually look after the anchor, is that right?
That's one of our jobs.
All right, so if the anchor is like dragging behind, the two of you have to pull it up or what?
Yeah, something like that. Wake up the CO and the admiral, get everybody, give him a phone call. Give him a phone call, have him help us out.
On the chain gang. Now, these are your maps and charts and everything.
Yes, these are our charts. Basically, we just take visual fixes off of buoys and lighthouses that we have, fixed objects, and we shoot bearings off of them, and that's how we get our fixes, and we lay them down on the chart, and basically we make sure we don't move and we're in one steady position.
Excellent. Now, actually, man, you've been playing a game that has this ship on it, is that right?
Yeah, it's called Jane's Fleet Command. It's very good.
And so do you want to push some buttons or anything here?
You probably launch a missile or a plane or something. One question I do have is, who would actually sit in this chair, and what would his job be?
This is a navigator's chair, and he's basically navigates the ship. He is my boss. He runs all the quartermasters, and basically what his job is to brief the captain on where we're going, how long it's going to take us to get there, etc., etc. So it's a relatively easy job. Basically, we give him all the information, and he just relays it to the captain.
Isn't the deal that if someone else sits in this chair, they have to walk the plank?
Yes, I believe so.
Good. We see a few sharks circling out there. So you've been out and seen Perth at all?
Yes, a little bit. I went out for 2 days.
What'd you think?
It was fun. We had one of the natives from around. He took me to, I don't remember the name, but I got to hold a koala and some kangaroos.
Okay. Yanchep National Park?
I think, I don't remember the name. It's hard to pronounce the words out here, so I'm not very good with all that.
No, that's right. And just point out too, when you say Aussies, it's like a Z, Aussies, okay? Because everyone says Aussies.
Aussies.
That's it, you got it. And g'day.
G'day.
G'day. Just G-D-A-Y.
G'day.
There you go. Okay, well listen, we're going to be pushing buttons and everything here, so if you aren't watching this show, you know we pushed the wrong button last week. And we're going to be looking, that's right, we went up into the Kalamunda Footy Club up there a while back when they had a big memorabilia night. Scotty Cummins was there, Crackers Keenan, as you saw last week, and Wayne spoke to another great West Australian football player, a former West Coast Eagle, and a hell of a kicker, Karl Langdon. So have a look at this story.
We've got Karl Langdon, former West Coast Eagle, and I'm sure if you listen to the radio or you watch the Basler's Footy Show or you have anything in the media, you'll probably see Karl. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Very good. How's the night going for you so far?
Well, we just got here, so haven't even had to do anything so far other than just mingle with the people, which is always a good way to start and get to know a few of the good, I think, contributors to football clubs that make it all happen, like this one at Kalamunda. It's just one of those clubs that have to work pretty hard to make ends meet, and it's just great to be part of it.
Okay, now actually you played. Now, which footy club were you a part of?
Well, I played for I didn't play in the metropolitan area. I did play a little bit for Pickering Brook at one time. Sorry, Pickering Brook, that's wrong. Parkerville when I was a youngster. But Subiaco Footy Club's who I basically played played for from boarding school, and then straight into the Eagles, and then I finished. So that's really all the clubs that I played with.
Oh, excellent. Now, your time with the Eagles, what would have been some of the most memorable times for you?
Memorable times. Oh, well, I have to say the '92 Premiership. That was obviously a great occasion. Just being involved with the whole start of a new footy club, I think that was fairly exciting and gave us, I think, certain opportunities which other people hadn't had. And being part of an all-West Australian Premiership team in 1992 was a very good way to start.
Excellent. Now, I think a lot of people here don't understand the type of pressure you guys as West Australians were under during that time, because no one ever really gave the West Australians a chance back then, and they thought they were just a young expansion team. And for you guys to come in and win it, what was it like the lead up going into the final series?
Oh, I just think no fear. I mean, everyone was very confident. We didn't have anything to be scared of. You go out, you beat a few people, rather than, say, let them get their reputations and make them bigger, we start to make one for ourselves, and I think that's pretty much what we did.
Now, what was it like playing for Mick Motthouse?
Mick was a very intense coach, a very thorough coach. You always knew where you stood. Very, I think, forthright in the way that he got his message across to his players, spoke very clearly, and was a very good leader of men and very disciplined. And I think that's something as young guys that you need to really focus your attitude collectively towards the goal, and the goal was to win a premiership, and we did that.
Now, for a lot of the young people that are playing the game now, I think they'd like to know, for you guys that have gone to the highest level. Now, there's a lot of people out there with talent, a lot of people with drive and ambition. What is the difference, the differentiating factor that makes a player that, say, maybe goes middle of the road to, say, a player that goes all the way?
Well, the one that goes all the way is the one that does that little bit extra, that addresses all the one percenters and tries to develop weaknesses when you know what your strengths are. And basically, I suppose the law of failure is greater than all the success laws, because you only really fail when you quit trying. And as long as you go out there and try for the whole game, not just half the game or a quarter of the game, but the whole game, then you'll generally play better in most of the games, and hopefully your team will win, because that's the ultimate goal.
Now, who was the toughest player you played on?
Oh, look, there was plenty of players on different days. Depends how you stirred them up and got into them. But Craig Kelly was a hard player, Collingwood player. Now football, basically, he's a promoter. He's also a marketer of footballers, and he looks after a lot of them. So he was a very tough player. Mark Harvey from Essendon was a tough player to play on. I found him fairly challenging. So those two in particular were definitely opponents that I respected greatly.
Excellent. Now, what was like the physical conditioning or the training like for you guys during the '92 season? Because at that time, people were talking about you guys actually revolutionizing the game in some circles. Because I think because of you guys' fitness work, and you guys were one of the first people to really go hard in the weight room, and you had a purpose. So what was that conditioning lead up like?
Well, I don't think we did too much different to any other club. I don't think Mick Moldhouse brought anything new that he hadn't done before on the East Coast. All he did was basically probably fast-track that sort of situation. The other thing is that a core majority of the players are only young guys, and maturity comes with age, and you don't reach your physical strength till probably 22, 23 at your peaks. So, we were young guys, we were willing to learn, we were keen, and we had a very professional organisation beneath us which allowed us to be able to develop the team into the team that it became.
Now, I mean, you're doing a lot in the media around here, so what's next for you?
Look, I love commentating the game. I don't know what's next. In this type of industry, it's very cutthroat, it's very competitive, so you've got to make sure, like your footy career, that you keep on your toes and you work hard. For me, commentary is what I enjoy the most, and whether that just stays with football commentary or I get other opportunities to call other sports, we'll have to wait and see, but that's the direction I'm taking at the moment.
Oh, excellent. Well, look, we just want to thank you very much for your time, and we wish you every success. And we'll be watching you on the other footy shows and 96 FM. So thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Pleasure.
Now, your name, sir?
Ralph Pizarro.
And we see you got the sheriff badge here. And what's your job on board?
Right now, I run the brig.
Okay.
Ship's brig.
On the brig. There he is. We found Wayne's no longer on board. That's why he's in the brig. And you don't have any hassles here with these guys, do you?
No, very mellow, very quiet people.
Yeah, get out and mesh with the local people and come on just a little bit happier than normal.
Pretty much.
I would say that's a fair estimate. Everybody in Perth and in Fremantle has been so good to us. The crew, again, wanted to come here. We made the pitch to come back here. And I can't thank Perth and Fremantle enough for all the wonderful things they've done for the sailors and Marines of John C. Stennis. It's been fabulous.
Fantastic.
It's absolutely fabulous.
That's all the guys and girls aboard
That's
here.
Right.
This fantastic vessel. And how long have you been on board here?
2.5 years, sir.
All right. And have you been off into Perth and Freo at all?
As a matter of fact, this is my 4th time here.
Okay. Cool.
So I've been around quite often, back and forth.
Cool.
Went to Hobart, Melbourne, and Sydney as well.
Melbourne?
Melbourne.
Just say like B-U-R-N, Melbourne.
I can't help
And it's Aussie.
my New York accent, I guess.
New York. New York. So you'd be Giants or Bills or Jets?
Well, Giants, I would say.
Giants. See, everyone's gone to the Giants. Okay, well, we've had a great time here, and I'd like to thank you, Dave, especially for showing us around. And we've seen some fantastic things here on board, and obviously you're on your way out, but obviously welcome to Perth anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed your stay, and everyone's still trying to catch the boats off.
Very true, very true.
And have you been off yourself?
I sure have. I was off yesterday and the day. I was off yesterday and the day before. I intend to go off a little bit for my last day today. Perth has been fabulous. I've absolutely enjoyed myself, as have all the sailors and Marines on board John C. Stennis.
Fantastic. Okay, well, everyone, we've had a great time aboard here, and you never know where you'll see us pop up next week. As we say, we've been to the rodeo and the zoo and all over the place. So here we are aboard the John Stennis, CVN John Stennis. And we've had a great time, and thanks to everyone here on board. Say a big hello to the big fella upstairs there, and made sure his chair is nice and dusted for him anyway. He might be about 2 inches lower than he normally sat.
Fair enough.
Thanks, Moose. Thanks, Action Man, for that story, and we'll be crossing back and forwards with them. Now, I'm speaking with the General Manager of 31, Andrew Bryan. How you going, mate?
Very well.
Okay, I see there's a lot of paperwork on your desk. How's everything going down here at 31?
As you can see, very, very busy. With the lead up to our first birthday, it's been a huge task to pull everything together and get all the events and everything organised for the week-long event that we've planned for the club membership drive.
Yeah. Like we've been pushing, make sure you give a call and donate, because that's what keeps us going, really, isn't it?
Yeah, look, without a doubt, 31 survives almost totally on the support of the community. Without the community, we don't have a local television station, and really that's what we're here about. Our programs, we hope to, in the course of the next 12 months or so, to become almost totally 100% locally produced programs. So, yeah, please phone in. The number should be on your screens, hopefully at most times throughout the day and the night. So ring in and pledge your support now.
Okay. Now, as you said, it's our first birthday here at 31, and how do you think it's gone for the first year?
Look, the support's been absolutely amazing. You know, we've had thousands upon thousands of people phone in. Our phone lines get jammed from time to time if a program doesn't happen to get to air or whatever. But it has been an incredible story, and it's been a battle, but one that we've come through on top of, and I think the programming very much reflects what it is that this station has done in a very, very short period of time. So, yeah, it's been a battle, but we've got there in the end.
Okay. Well, Andrew, on behalf of Balls and All, I'd like to thank everyone here at 31, because without you guys, we would not be on air. And it's a great opportunity for me and everyone out here. We're having a ball doing the show. I'm going to have to leave you now anyway, because I've got to talk to the rest of the crew. Thank you. Yeah. So we'll wander out here and see who we can find. Try not to trip over the cord. Ah, look, some residents. How you going, fellas? Hey. Right.
How you doing?
Oh, good. All right, Moose, you better think it's time to wrap it up now. So the name of the show, as we know it, is Balls and All.
But before we do that, Jimmy, just remind everyone to get your entries in for these tickets, which we're giving away tonight, tomorrow and Thursday. because it's going to be wild. All the Balls and All crew are going to be down there, so it should be sensational.
And that's for the super motocross.
That's for the motocross, yeah, that's right.
And don't forget also to become a friend of 31.
So one big final Balls and All, and we're out of here. The show is
Balls and All.
Okay, everyone. Well, we're going to be back again next Monday night, 8:30, right here on Channel 31. Tell all your friends to tune in, and don't forget to contact us through the email at the end of the show. We've always put them there. Yes.
One last thing before we go, we also have this T-shirt from Balls and All to give to the captain.
No, absolutely. I'll be sure he gets that.
So, yeah. It might fit the captain and his wife and his three kids and Elle McPherson has always
might make
wanted
a better
one of these.
blanket than a little T-shirt.
That's right. Well, you know, if you're ever in distress, you just hang it up.
True.
That's right.
That's true.
It's a good sale. Okay, everyone. Every Monday night, 8:30. Don't forget, get your sports and leisure activities into us so we can show others. And the name of the show is
Balls and All.
We'll see you next week.